What's up, YouTube? MKohl40 here. Decided to make a video for you guys on how I personally feel that it takes to, top a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional, and my personal beliefs and, things like that that you can do to get involved in topping a regional. First off, I wanted to say, yeah, I just got out of the shower, so guys, get ready for that. And for those of you guys that got super butthurt about the tin plate goldfish video, welcome to my opinion. Anyway, just to start things off, if you guys have not looked back at some of my previous videos, guys should go back and look at the what not to do at Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional videos. They will greatly help you guys. There are a lot of things you guys probably should be looking at if you guys would like to actually heed the words. And do keep in mind everything I'm going to say here might actually make sense to you. It might not. To start off, actually make sure that you guys have some awareness of the meta, albeit it's Mermail's Fire Fist and whatnot. Have a little bit of understanding of what's coming out too. Just don't go into an event blindsided. Yes, you should have a little bit of understanding. I know there are a lot of players that will just go YOLO, pick up a deck, and be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to play this. If you have no experience with the deck whatsoever, you might get lucky. You might be one of the few people that can actually do that. But for the general percentage of the population, picking up a random deck that you're not totally comfortable with, not going to be so chalant. So at least pick up a deck that you're familiar with. Be ready for unexpected things. Unexpected things do happen at regionals. It's rather sad, actually, the amount of stuff that you can run into in random games regionals. Just be ready for the unexpected. Have a little bit of an understanding for the meta in general, and that will, set you guys up for a little bit of success. Number two, don't go to an event without having your stuff. I went to a YCS 2 years ago in Chicago, I believe. Yeah, 2 years ago. Went to an event in Chicago. I didn't have my calculator case on me, and I felt like total crap like the entire weekend because I didn't have the things that I want with me to play that event. I actually did worse at that event because I didn't have those things. There's certain things that you want to have, like you want to have your color sleeves, you want to have your deck box, you want to have things like that, the things that mean something to you while you're playing. If you don't have those things, you're going to be mentally lopsided the whole weekend, and you're not going to be able to overcome that because you're going to be mad at yourself for forgetting something important. So remember, unexpected things, and don't forget important things to you that you're going to want to play, like your playmat. If you forget your playmat, you play on someone else's playmat, you're probably going to be a little bit upset. Number three. Okay, so number three is something that a lot of people are going to just question. Mental drain, enjoy your Yu-Gi-Oh! References. Mental drain is far worse than physical drain. Playing in a 9-round tournament, you need to make sure that you have some level of endurance for mental capacity. If you guys are not mentally fit, no retard puns. If you guys are not mentally prepared to play a 9-round tournament in one day, let alone to cut the top 8, you guys probably are not going to top. You guys need to have some level of mentality that you can endure your mental processes for 9 rounds, make adequate card choices, things like that. And for 9 rounds, it's very hard, definitely considering, 9-round tournaments are really hard for people. If you're not physically built for it, you're going to fail. Just because of that. I know a lot of people that go to events, they complain that they're tired after round 2. Yeah, you might be physically tired from, staying up for 4 hours, sleeping. There's a lot of people that go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Events with no sleep at all, but you need to make sure that you're mentally able to endure that. At least getting some sleep will help with that. I've gone to events, on tired. I do play a little bit better when you're tired because, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, the more tired you are, the more risk that you take just because you want to leave and go home. And, if you're recklessly running into things, sometimes it's going to work out for you, sometimes it's not. Just make sure that your mental capacity is where it needs to be at for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. I know a lot of people aren't going to understand that, but like I said, once you play a 9-round tournament for your first time or for your second or third time, your mind isn't going to be able to, you're going to just be mentally drained throughout it. Number 4. This one, a lot of people don't really think about. You also have to remember, guys, if you're playing in a game and you have people watching you, if you see someone make a bad play from that game, you have the ability to call a judge. And as a person watching that game, you also have the right to appeal. This is really important at regional games. If you see a bad decision be made by a judge, and both players agree to that, as the person watching, you have the ability to appeal that. This actually comes into, very handy for certain things like this, because I don't see this used where it should be. Yes, if if you're at table one, for example, and you're playing, and you have friends watching you, if your friend sees that you do something incorrectly, this could be mistaken for cheating. I don't understand why people would think this, but it's really not. If you make a bad play and your opponent agrees to it, it'd be like a totally incomprehensible thing, like discarding for Fortress underneath Macrocosmos, discarding Fortress and itself to special summon Fortress from out of play, and then both players will let that go. As the person watching the game, you have the right to call the judge on that to set the game state in the correct place. So sorry to kind of confuse you guys there. But yeah, it's really important for things like that. If you see an incorrect play be made that would alter the game state in an incorrect manner, it's very important that as a player watching a game, you have the right to call a judge and appeal on that game state. I see it happen very, 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 very few times on people, and it's just because people are like, oh no, that's cheating. No, that's not, because Konami is like, guys, make sure that, if you're watching a game, don't let the cheating happen. Involve yourself, call a judge, be like, okay guys, stop, judge, and then have the judge come over. And also remember, if you feel the judge still makes the wrong ruling, you have the ability to appeal as well. So those are all the little ill-mannered things that I feel. Basically, playing the 9 rounds, if your mental capacity is good, make sure you guys get a good breakfast. Get something to eat at lunch. Bring plenty of water. You guys will, be plenty hydrated on things like that. Love the background noise, isn't it nice? But yeah, make sure you guys are mentally fit. And, as long as you guys do these things and you guys have an awareness, it comes down to your play style and the way you guys play. Don't be frustrated. I know I personally, when I start to get frustrated during game one, I'll auto-scoop and dive into my side deck. And I'll tell myself, all right, I get to go first, game 2 at least. So, things can kind of rebound themselves for game 2. And as long as I can push my way into game 3, I'll be a lot better off just because of that. And, remember, guys, once if you're playing in sectors and the opponent derps you game 1, don't worry. You guys still have games 2 and 3. And as long as you guys are not worried about that, don't let your opponent wear you down mentally. Just make sure, you're just like, oh, okay, I got derped for at least one game. You guys will be fine because there is games 2 and 3. Make sure your side deck is adequately built. I can't stress. That's why I side. I can't stress side deck. It's very important to the game. Hey, the background noise is gone. But yeah, side deck is very important to the game, guys. I'm not going to lie about that. If you don't have a side deck, you guys are probably going to fail in the long run. Yeah, if your deck is, built for things such as, handling the meta, kudos to you. As long as you have a good matchup against it, you probably don't need a side deck, but, side decking helps. It really does. But yeah, those are just my little tips and tricks, things like that, to help you top a regional. Just as long as all the pieces align and you're a good enough player and you can endure, things and, just things like that in general. It really comes down to your play style, but those are the little niches on top of niches that you guys can do to, improve yourselves to top a regional. So guys, let me know what you guys think about what it takes to top a regional in the comment section down below. Don't be dumb. It's going to happen anyway. But yeah, it really does take a great lot of endurance to top a regional. You definitely need practice. And, as long as you're a good enough player to, handle things, kudos to you. You can top 8 a regional. It's really super easy. You just have to know what you're doing and how to play a deck. So guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this. Thumbs up the video for cool tips and tricks. And I guess I'm out for now. I'll do more videos like this in the future. I don't know when. Not really much else to talk about, but hey, more contests to do soon, guys.